What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, we're going to have some dialect about about a lot of women's standards, especially when they're single mothers. See, I've been getting content from all over the fucking place. And I know some of you brothers have been sending me comments, sending me IDs in the comment section, and I haven't had the chance to send you guys my my email yet. So I do have my email for Black Star set up, and that is blackstarpodcast01@gmail.com. I'm going to be putting that in the description down below, so you guys will know. But guys, we got to have a conversation about this. And ladies, I know you already hate me, but I love you, and I gotta do this. I gotta tell you the truth, ladies. Single mothers, the top 10 to 20 to 30% of men, most men I should say, actually, nowadays do not want a single mother. Here's why. When it comes to single mothers, men typically don't want to take care of another man's child. We don't, now, especially nowadays. See, you've shot yourself in the foot. You've taught men that you inherently don't need them, and that you will inherently disrespect and degrade that man, especially if he comes in and takes care of your child that he did not have with you. In fact, you've put out into the cosmos that you do not care and you do not respect stepfathers. Men have seen it for decades that you do not care about stepfathers and that you don't respect stepfathers. So now the day has come to where you are now going to have to find a single father, or you're going to have to date each other. Men nowadays do not want to become a stepfather. It is no matter shaming, no matter insults, no matter trying to put guilt onto that man, is going to change that. Men nowadays simply don't want single mothers. Because it's like this. If you're a single mother, that means you were loose with it. You let anybody just hit and knock you up. And then you have men that are being responsible with their seed, not getting women pregnant. Then you want that said man to come in, let alone if he's a 10 to 20% guy. Now, Pearl just did an episode on our channel, and she was talking to the single mother, and the single mother was talking about she wanted to be in the top 20% of all women. Now, she is banking on the Russell Wilson and Sierra prayer. She's banking on that. So she wants a Russell Wilson to see her like Russell sees Sierra. Ladies, that shit does not happen. Especially if he's a top 20%, top 10% guy. It's not going to happen. You need to understand that your decisions, especially ladies without children, you need to understand that your decisions now affect your decisions in the future, and your outcomes in the future. You need to understand that men nowadays, in this current climate, this current dating market, do not want a woman that's been impregnated by a lower value man. Men do not want to deal with that shit no more. Men don't want to deal with the disrespectful children. Men don't want to deal with the disrespectful attitudes from a lot of you women. Men don't want to deal with the disrespectful family members of your baby daddy. Men don't want to deal with it. And quite frankly, I don't blame them. I don't have any children. At my age, I don't have any children. And I've been sexually responsible with my seed not getting anybody pregnant. See, what a lot of you ladies gonna have to do is you're gonna have to assess the situation that you've caused. You have advocated for equality, but you refuse to take responsibility for your mistakes. If you've had a child outside of wedlock, that is due to your negligence, because there's multiple contraceptives on the fucking market. Multiple contraceptives. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple forms of birth control. There's condoms, and men. I'm gonna get on your ass right. I'm gonna get on your asses right quick too. Men, if you don't want to have a child with a chick, you need to wrap it up. Wrap it up. Don't bust inside. Wrap it up. Bust inside the condom if you want to, or wrap it up and just don't bust inside the chick at all. Those are your two options, especially if you don't want to have a child with that broad. You need to take responsibility, especially if you have a child with a woman that you know is trash. You need to take responsibility for that. And then, if you want to keep your child, which you should, and you want to raise your son or your daughter, you need to see if you can get custody of that child, especially if you know that woman ain't shit. Now, if you guys can be co-parents and good co-parents at that, without any animosity towards each other, so fine, so be it. But as far as it goes, do not get a woman pregnant in the West, because you're going to have shit stacked against you, and you're going to be at the front. And a lot of men are not going to feel sorry towards you. You need to be responsible for what you did. But ladies, men do not want single mothers, especially a guy that's worked his ass up into where he wants to be and has no kids. He's not going to want a woman with a child, or with children, in fact. Multiple men have said it. Men are going to say it, and I'm going to keep saying it. Men do not want a baby mama. Kevin said it. Men don't want a baby mama. That's what you are. If you had a child outside of wedlock, you are a baby mama. And men are not going to look at you in the highest regard because you let a lower value man impregnate you, and you've let that man, and you've had a child by that man, and you refuse to marry him. Men are not going to put up with that shit no more. I'm sorry to tell you that. Men don't want to deal with a woman's mistakes. And quite frankly, if you have a child outside of wedlock, I love children. If you have a child outside of wedlock, that is a mistake. And a lot of you ladies is going to suffer because you've made that mistake, and you are literally trying to get a man to come in and take responsibility for another man's orgasm, I should say. You want another man to come in and clean up another man's mess. And even if you don't have any kids, I'm gonna get on this point too. If you don't have any kids, especially if you've let multiple men inside of you, you're responsible for that too, because the amount of trauma that comes along with that, men aren't dealing with that shit either. Let's get on that. Men don't want to deal with a woman that's been ran through by a whole bunch of men. Men don't want to deal with that no more. See, what comes along with that too is trauma and emotional instabilities. That's what comes along with that. And a lot of women nowadays are emotionally unstable. Women nowadays are currently unstable because they've had multiple men. They've dealt with multiple men, I should say. They've dealt with multiple men, and those men put them through trauma, emotional trauma, physical trauma, and men don't want to deal with no emotionally damaged woman. I'm sorry to say it. And a lot of you ladies have emotional damage, especially when it comes upon you having to take antipsychotic medication. A lot of you women are on anti-psych meds because you've dealt with so much trauma in your life. Most not caused by you, but the area that you put yourself in. You put yourself in some of those situations. Quite frankly, men are not dealing with that shit either. But what the fuck am I talking about? I'm just a fucking what the fuck is this dude doing? But shit. As a man, I can tell you right now, men are not gonna put up with no shit anymore. But like, share, subscribe, share, support the podcast, Spotify.com. I will see you guys on the flip side. Let you guys listen. Bye, guys.